Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Console Peasant Quotes, the only series that disappears randomly for months and then comes right back like nothing ever changed. It's been quite a while, so instead of a long-winded intro, let's just jump right in. I prefer playing on console over PC. I got both a PS5 and an Xbox. I honestly could never get the hang of mouse and keyboard, and I don't really like having to upgrade my system for a new game. But also, there was a lot of talks that Sony wanted to port their games over to the Xbox, but Microsoft told them no. What? Why would Microsoft ever do that? If they could get those games, they'd do that in a heartbeat. That would just kill the competition. On to the point though, you don't have to make excuses. If you prefer console gaming, just say it. You don't have to run me through some crap about not knowing how to use a keyboard and mouse. It's okay. Just game how you like to. Why are people still buying 30 series GPUs? They will be outdated and irrelevant soon. Ooh, that's not aging well. Have you guys heard about the 4000 series GPUs? Honestly, I'm really glad that I opted into a 3070 Ti, cause this next generation is looking like a fat scam. Literally. What's the monitor screen size? 60 hertz. I mean, Samsung's still using chips that barely compete with the chips Apple was using 3 phone gens before, but whatevs. I mean, don't get me wrong, the Apple A15 chip is superior to the Snapdragon 888, but it's not 3 generations faster. It's impressive, but if you look through the benchmarks, you'll see where the Snapdragon has an edge, and you'll see where the A15 kicks the Snapdragon's ass. That's how processors work. Some are better for multi-core use, others are gaming chips. This has been the standard Intel versus AMD debate that we've had since the beginning of time. What I love though is how Apple is starting to make really powerful chips, and now for all those fanboys, it's about tech specs. When before, when Apple was running outdated hardware, the fans were like, but no, Apple's about optimization. You don't need powerful specs to have a fast phone. Funny how that's not the case anymore. No, you're not a gamer. I'm so sick of all these people who think they're gamers. No, you're not. Most of you are not even close to being gamers. I see these people saying, I put well over 100 hours in this game. It's great. That's nothing. Most of us can easily put 300 plus in all of our games. I see people who only have a Nintendo Switch and claim to be gamers. Come talk to me when you pick up a PS4 controller. Then we can be friends. Also, dear all women, Pokemon is not a real game. Animal Crossing is not a real game. The Sims is not a real game. Mario is not a real game. Stardew Valley is not a real game. Mobile games are not real games. Put down the baby games and play something that requires challenge and skill for once. Sincerely, all of the actual gamers. Oh man, the cringe on this one is strong. I'm gonna make some bold claims here, but in my opinion, video games are not supposed to be your life. Video games are something you use as an outlet to relax or engage with friends. It's a time sink. Life is outside. If you get to the point in life where you're determining who can call themselves gamers and who can't, you're at a stage where you're losing touch with reality. And I don't say that to be mean, I say it because I care. For the sake of your mental health, if this is you, take a step back from the games for a while. In my opinion, 30 FPS isn't choppy, hence the reason I preferred an Internet 1920 by 1080-30p render option. Well, sure, 30 FPS isn't choppy if you're watching it. That's a cinematic frame rate. You're talking about rendering a video at 30 FPS. That's more than fine. The difference is for those who are sensitive enough, which I feel a lot of gamers are. You'll notice the difference in responsiveness as you play your game. The movement will feel slower, which means response time is lessened. If you're really sensitive like me, a low frame rate can actually give a person motion sickness. In your opinion, 30 FPS isn't choppy. In my opinion, I'm gonna throw up if I play a game at 30 FPS for too long. PC gaming is so lame. Imagine paying $1,000 for a card full of graphics. Cancel Kojima Xbox exclusive game. Perfectly sane, normal people. If being sane is sitting back and accepting this betrayal and letting Xbox steal yet another game from their real fans, then I guess I'm insane. You think you have the right to talk about betrayal here? You know what happened to Kojima, right? He made Phantom Pain and then he was booted off the team right before its ceremony. Now, no, I'm not trying to say that Sony did that to him, but the guy lost everything and has still decided to follow his passion to make games. Leave the dude alone. The video game industry isn't easy. He has to make friends where he can to survive. This isn't about betrayal and turning his back on his core fans. It's about him doing what he has to so he can continue his passion. So this guy has a PC problem. It crashes each time I try to change any settings. Any help? Disclaimer, my PC isn't amazing, but it runs BF1, Siege, and Destiny 2 pretty well. But the automatic settings of Apex are set to the highest, and it runs like 40 FPS and in windowed. But whenever I try to change the setting, it crashes and says something like, failed to create texture 2D, etc. And I don't know why. I've tried to fix the game files, and it didn't work. Someone replies, solution, don't play PC. Isn't it nice having communities out there that are so helpful? Every time I have an issue with my PC these days, I just remember that if I just bought a console in the first place, I never would have had to suffer. PC modders like usual already fixing the game for the rich expert company. How's it going on consoles? Lamau. PC gamers are a f***ing joke to real gamers. I don't even know where to start with this one. Off topic, did you hear that someone made a mod to take pride flags out of Spider-Man Remastered? If you downloaded the mod, Nexus banned your account. That's pretty lame. What if I have no pride? It's my game. I should be able to mod whatever I want, even if it is phobic of some sort. I don't know. Gamers these days are getting more and more sensitive to pointless crap. PlayStation console is dying right in front of our eyes. Been PlayStation since the literal beginning, and I'm going to start taking steps to leave the ecosystem. I draw the line at Little Big Planet going multi-platform, upgraded for multi-platform. I have had enough. This is a strange idea. Sony's making money by porting their games to other systems. This demonstrates to the fans that Sony is dying, so they jump ship. Isn't that a little weird how you talk about being a fanboy and you have your loyalties, but the second things don't go your way, you gotta dip. MacBook Pros are far cheaper than any Windows computer, if you do the math right. Compared to my Windows-bound coworkers, I'm gonna cut this off real quick. This guy's thesis argument is that the Mac is cheaper, and it's cheaper because why? I reboot my machine about once a month instead of once a day. I can shut the lid anytime I want without fearing my OS will freeze. I spend 0 hours a year battling viruses and malware. I spend 0 hours a year installing device drivers and dealing with hardware issues. My laptop freezes only about once a year. When I need to kill an application, it dies. First time, every time. Switching between applications is significantly faster. Yeah, I forgot how expensive it was to switch between applications on Windows. Good points, bro. I'm gonna go ask my friend if he'll sell his PS4. Lol. Cause I can't deal with you guys switching from game to game to game to game to game to game to game. Huh, I guess this guy isn't used to PC gaming sessions. They have the same cameras built in. It's just one has stronger lighting and may have better graphics cards for better pixelations or whatever the f*** it is. But either way, I've never seen a blocky photo from a Samsung. I've only ever seen them posted by iPhone saying this is what Samsung cameras look like. What? You PC people think you are above all, but that's not true. You only have fancy graphics and stupid mods that ruin the game. Not all mods though. Guess you guys ain't lucky with Red Dead Redemption 2. Good lord, look. Nobody is above anyone else because of the platform they game on. Sure, if I'm in an esports match and I come in 4th place, then the top 3 are above me in a competitive sense. But just because I have a PC, it doesn't mean I think I'm better than you. You know what it means? It means I can play my games, write a script for a YouTube video, and watch Netflix at the same time. My brain has as many threads as my CPU at this point. I like to multitask, that's it. If your GPU can do 60 FPS with your current CPU, then you are fine. Your eyes definitely aren't seeing anything faster than 60 FPS, or even 48 FPS for that matter, no matter what they may be led you to believe. I have been done with the human eye can only see so many shits for too long. Look, go to Google and type UFO test. I have a 144 Hz monitor, and would you look at that, the difference is clear as day. Don't tell me you can't see it, or at the very least maybe you can't, but don't tell anyone that they can't. Let's just go to Google real quick. There is not an agreed upon limit on how many FPS the human eye can see. Experts continually go back and forth, but it has been calculated that most people can see 30 to 60 frames per second. God damn it, Google, you pandering asshole! When people think playing mobile games will make them a gamer, I laugh my heart out. He's playing games, is he not? Just by playing game, you can't be a real gamer. I can play Candy Crush and can't be a gamer. I've played over 100 games till now, and OG and big titles. Okay, I've been playing games since I was 5 years old, and every game you throw at me, I'm gonna play it. Be it from Xbox, PlayStation, PC, Switch, and even on the phone. But you know what? Don't call me a gamer anymore. I don't want to be classified as a gamer if it means I'll be seen as one of these pricks. You wanna know what you really are? A homo sapien with nothing but a title, and you chose a very low totem pole title. Go outside. I'm broke as hell, but I have a PC and a PS4 and an Xbox One. But guess which one I use the most? If your PC didn't suck ass, you'd probably use it more. No, lol. I'd rather play games on a dedicated game machine with a normal human controller and be able to have normal human conversations with the rest of the world, who also use a console. Hey, Dev!
What?
Oh, brother of mine, could you come here?
What's up?
Hey, so I want to play that new Spider-Man game that just came out, but I need a normal human controller. You in?
A what?
Well, the motion controls are okay, but I really like what you've done with your touchpads.
Easy there.
And that's going to do it for today's video. If you have any quotes you'd like to see in this series, head on over to my Reddit and submit them there. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you can help it, try not to be a gamer. Bye, guys.